Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I'm gonna make a brand new start of it in old New York. If I can make it there, I'll make it anywhere. It's up to you. New York, New York. How was that, guys? Do I got a side gig, you think? Singing a Frank Sinatra wannabe? You guys have heard the news that Mamdani won in New York, as I had predicted. I was telling people for many months that he was going to get elected, and now that he is. I also have been telling people in New York to leave while they can, to take cover, to get out while there's still a chance. And I guess New Yorkers are gluttons for punishment. And so you might be able to say they get what they deserve. They voted for it, and so now they have what they want. And so time will tell, and I think it'll tell very quickly, where New York as a city, and then after that, as a state, is headed. Although upstate New York is still, I guess, somewhat of a safe haven, some areas. But if I were you and I was living in and around the 5 boroughs, I would, excuse me, I'm preparing breakfast for Charlotte and me. I would hightail it out of there, get a job transfer, sell your house, cancel your, get out of your lease early if you're renting, and find a more hospitable state. I mean, South Carolina, although we do have a warmonger for a senator, Senator Lindsey Graham, we're still somewhat of a free state, if you will. And so that's one choice. There are a couple of other states I think you might want to look at as well. But I would say if you don't leave New York and you say, I'm going to stay and I'm going to wait it out, see how things go in and around the city, even if you work there, just make sure order your prayer mat early and make sure you have it, because 5 times a day, that's what will be going on in the city area as our country moves from what it once was, let's say that, and I'm old enough to know what it once was. Although it wasn't perfect, it was light years better than it is now. And so that's my message to New Yorkers as a born and raised in New York, worked in Manhattan for many years, commuted. I know what things were back then. I could talk about it. And I haven't been back there in years, but people in my family that have visited back there have told me what it's like, especially, in the city and those areas, that I wouldn't go back there if it was the last place on earth. Now, to visit maybe, or to go to a favorite restaurant, that's not what I'm talking about in this video. This video is the overall question of what we are becoming as a nation. I don't want to get into it in this video, but our president now is sending flotillas all over into our hemisphere, into Venezuela and those areas surrounding that, routinely shooting boats out of the water without, they say they know who they are, so they can kill them. Okay, I guess everybody's fine with that. What is the end game? What does the future look like? A year, 2, 5 years from now? What is the end game if we do go into or get into some type of war or invasion or takeover or regime change? What's the end result? What's the long-term plan? Do we keep troops there? Do we occupy? Do we build a base there? What's the end game? And why can't we be spending that money in our own country, shoring up our infrastructure, our food distribution, farming, all the the poison in the air that they're spraying, stopping that, getting us back to health, nursing us back to health, getting people in office that actually care about the country instead of enriching themselves both left and right, becoming multimillionaires and billionaires because they took office when you're supposed to be a public servant. Office is supposed to be a public servant. So where are we in 5 years from now in New York? What does New York look like at the end of this new mayor's term? Is it going to be better, more hospitable, cleaner, better prices? I mean, I was talking to a diehard MAGA supporter the other day. I won't say who he was. And we were not arguing, but I was simply making a statement that I think that President Donald Trump either had some type of stroke or something, some type of impairment. And he's almost 80 years old. He's got something wrong with him, some type of cognitive ability, whether he's had a stroke or is being treated for one, some type of congestive heart failure. And it's not that I'm against that. I'm just saying we have geriatric patients as our leaders. The former one, Joe Biden, same thing. You know, couldn't find his way out of a room. And Donald Trump on his Asia visit, I watched some videos of when he was walking off the plane and giving speeches. He was talking about nonsense. I don't know who was writing his speeches, throwing numbers in the air of trillions of dollars and all this kind of stuff, and walking sideways and not knowing where to go when he was with the Japanese prime minister. And so I was voicing my opinion. I think he might be sick. Oh, you're just listening to all those libs. So if you're not a MAGA supporter, if you don't support MAGA, you're a lib. You're a diehard lib, a bleeding heart lib. And to libs, if you support MAGA, you're supporting death. What if you're not either one of those? What if you're not in the MAGA camp or in the diehard liberal camp, the Karen camp, whatever you want to call them? What if you're in neither one of those? What if you've pulled yourself out of everything and you're standing on your own ground, on solid ground, and you're just watching both sides and giving opinions and making assessments? So where are we headed as a nation? Where are we headed? Where's New York headed? And so this MAGA person said, he's just spewing liberal taglines that Donald Trump is sick. Okay. All right, so I can't have so any opinion I have that goes against the MAGA train, I'm a liberal. And then, okay, what's Trump doing for the country? Oh, what are you, crazy? He's doing all good. Okay, give me an example. Gas is $2.59 and inflation is down. Inflation's down? Gas is $2.59 nationwide. That's the nationwide average. And no inflation is down? Down from what? 30, 40, 50% to 49%? My receipts that I keep from the grocery store don't lie. Inflation is not down. Jobs are not being created, they're being eliminated. Created or eliminated? Eliminated. Major companies, tech companies, companies that deliver, UPS, are cutting jobs by the thousands. And every day there's new announcements of thousands of people losing their jobs. Where are those people going to work? In the service industry? Waiters, waitresses, coffee makers? Not to say that that's a bad job, but what's the end result in America? And then we have all these cultures coming here, not assimilating and becoming American and embracing our values, our morals, or, everything that's made this country, let's say, great. But no, they're building their country in our country. We have in North Carolina, I believe it's a Hindu community. Nothing against Hindus, but they're building their own community with a 150-foot statue of some Hindu god, bigger than the Statue of Liberty in North Carolina. And nobody blinks an eye. There's other statues. There's a 90-foot statue, I believe, in Texas. There's a statue in Louisiana, a man-sized statue, all metal with a big monkey penis or whatever the heck it is, some type of Hindu or Vishnu god or something like that, in America. So they're not coming to assimilate, they're coming to plant themselves here and their country here. And so Mamdani will be doing that in New York City. You will see it, just like communities being built in Texas, Muslim-only communities where they have their own police force, their own Sharia law, etc. You couldn't do that with any other. You couldn't get away with that, you and I, building a community like that and enforcing your own laws. And then get the support of all your councilmen, your Governor Abbott, the so-called Governor Abbott. That's supposed to be for Americans. He's a WEF member. He's WEF first, World Economic Forum first, not America first, not Texas first. So that's my 2 cents this morning. Just a couple things I want to get. I've got to get Charlotte her breakfast, and I'll be back with some more videos. Take care, guys. Stay ready. Anthony signing off.